It's usual practice when presenting landscape designs to orient the designs such as north points approximately up. Here's our north symbol in this little design, and it's one from the gCADPlus library. So it's almost pointing straight up. Let me unselect all. What that then enables us to do is to put a sun path diagram in, which can be very useful for us as a designer, but also useful for the client. And the symbol here comes out of the gCADPlus library and then details, and it's called obviously sun path. So let's unselect it. So we have summer sunrise over here, summer sunset, but let me zoom out just a little. But in winter, the winter sun will rise here and set over there, so that gives us some idea of the arc of illumination for the site in summer versus winter. I'd like to use this design also to talk a little about the inbuilt plant database file that comes with gCADPlus. You can make your own, or you can use one of ours, which we called GardenCAD, and we distribute quite a number of these with your copy of gCADPlus. If I extend the plant database files, it has the extension GCP, and I've added a height and width extra column and so on. Notice it's possible to sort this file very easily. This first column starts with botanical name, and it's currently in reverse order. So if we click on this down arrow, we put all of the entries in the database in alphabetical order of botanical name. If we come over here and do the same thing, we could sort in alphabetical order of common name and then back descending and ascending. So you can do a lot of useful work just for the sake of argument. If you want to get all the medium trees together, you can just sort them, and large shrubs, medium shrubs, and so on. Everything is grouped together. Now, this is, in a sense, a very personal database to you. You would include species that you've worked with. You know their characteristics. You can classify them however you want. Add codes. You can determine the codes. I always use the first two characters of the generic name and then the first two characters of the common name. But you can add things like height, your estimate of height and width, a custom column if you want, pot size. So I presume now there are some entries in here that if we sort in this way, you can see there's all the pot sizes together at the bottom, and I think they might go near the top if we do that. The sorting is going to depend upon the way you are entering the. Here we got 40L for 40 litre, 300 millimetres and so on, and here are the height and width. In this instance, an Australian native notation is put there. So the GCP file, you can export it and work with it in Excel or other spreadsheets if you want, but it's a pretty versatile plant database. We have our plant database application, which has got more sophisticated management of plant data, but we have been asked to make some further comments on this GCP file. Notice that red underlining appears here. That's gCADPlus telling you that it's not sure that you've got the spelling of, say, Taxandria correct. So you just let your mouse hover over. If you're happy with it, add that word, and you'll see the underline disappears from Taxandria. That's being saved in a configuration file that lives with you and your computer and your copy of gCADPlus. So these are very personal, as I said before. You need to make your own, slowly add to it over time, but it becomes a really valuable part of your intellectual property.